this season, about 10 minutes per game. He gets the start. Ivan Reynolds will run the point guard duties. As for UC Santa Barbara, the Gauchos start their usual five, and A.J. Mitchell, yes, he's at the heart of this graphic and the heart of this offense. The sophomore has been terrific this year, fifth in the conference in scoring. So Mitchell will run the offense, and not a bad time for Pim's Pointers. Legendary coach Jerry Pim walks us through his keys to the game.
Well, we talked a little bit about the defense of the Gauchos and how they had to rebound and really play hard and together. And I think offensively they have to attack this zone with the utmost of both carefulness and aggressiveness.
That was Miles Norris who knocked it down from deep. He's shooting over 40% from outside this season. That's en route to 13.5 points per game. Gauchos look for the turnover there, unable to get it. It's McGee to run the offense. Cullum works his way into the block and puts it up and in.
And Kelly allowed baseline drive that time. You can't do that. You got to force him back to your help.
Andre Kelly, that transfer out of Cal that so many were excited about. It's his first year in the Big West, a big reason why he earned preseason honors. And Cullum gets the rebound. The big men, the transfer out of Ole Miss.
Man-to-man defense by the Gauchos as per normal and trying to help. Baseline drive, didn't get there.
Here's Cameron Smith. Smith back outside, and they'll get it back to McGee. Once again, they go back to Cullum, who likes to drive from the perimeter. He works against Kelly.
And he allowed baseline again. Baseline drive again.
Good cut from Kasim Watson, who averages just under 4 points per game. He is a great cutter. He looks to score.
Yeah, and the pass coming from inside back to Cutters is much harder to guard than going from outside to in.
Sonny from outside couldn't hit. So
little quick, yeah. I think, Max.
3 shots for UCSB tonight, all threes.
Yep, they're looking for bombs. Let's move the ball and get the ball inside. Baseline drive again.
Here's McGee with a hand in his face. Off the back iron, Pierre-Louis skies for the board. Norris.
Move it.
A.J. Mitchell has an open lane. The short corner, too. No thank you. And Norris there for the putback.
Really a nice offensive rebound with one hand only. Good timing by Miles Norris.
Miles Norris has worked on his athleticism over the course of his career, from Oregon to City College of San Francisco to UCSB. Now the big man has really evolved into a heck of a player.
So far, they've gone to him each of the 4 possessions. He's driven baseline 3 times on Kelly and then shot the jump shot over Kelly that time.
That was Cullum who has his second score of the game. Look for a high volume for Cullum. Sonny, the step through.
They just fouled him twice on the drive is all. I guess they're going to let him play tonight.
UC Santa Barbara would like them to let him play. They're working so well when they play in the post, and they don't want to send Bakersfield to the free throw line because this Bakersfield team is first in the conference in free throw percentage. Cullum again, he's got 6.
I think the fact that Cullum goes right every time he drives it should be a clue that we've got to cut off his right-hand drive.
And Tavian Cullum has been terrific in 7 Big West games this season, averaging 12.5 points per game. That leads the Bakersfield Roadrunners. Pierre-Louis splits defenders, navigates through, and a tough break. No whistle blown for UCSB. A reset here. Cullum, the big man, loves to work from the perimeter. Here he elects to go to Reynolds.
And he's good at it. He gets in there deep, gets in the paint, and then looks out for Cutters.
Six to go. Watson heaves from outside. Couldn't rattle it home.
Push it.
Mitchell eyes his offense. Sonny steps into the 3. That's off. And Kelly draws the contact on the rebound. After this, it'll be Gaucho basketball. Bakersfield up by 1 early. We'll be right back. three. It's the Bakersfield Roadrunners under head coach Rod Barnes. It's his 12th season at the helm, the former 2001 Naismith Coach of the Year. They were picked to finish 8th in the Big West Conference after losing 3 veteran players last season who combined for over 2,600 points during the course of their career. That gives you an idea of how new this group is and how they've looked to develop some chemistry over their first 18 games of the season. Right now, up on first place, UC Santa Barbara.
That's 2 shots in a row that Pierre-Louis has had blocked. There's the shot fake. That's what you have to do when you get inside. Use your shot fakes.
Open Wishart from outside, couldn't hit. KK Tong gathers the rebound.
And Pierre got his hands on that one to keep it alive.
Pierre-Louis down Main Street, he's denied.
Well, they're really helping out on the drive of Pierre-Louis, aren't they? Good defense by the Roadrunners so far.
They've done their research, and Cullum again, he's 4 for 4. The transfer out of Ole Miss. Back when he was recruited, he was the number 4 prospect coming out of Tennessee.
A very good athlete, good size, and a quick big man.
Norris looks to tie things up. In and out. This was the story against UC Riverside. A whole heaping of threes, but only one was made until the final about 30 seconds of the ball game.
Yeah, and you shouldn't settle for threes early in the possession. You should work it and get inside.
The 3 this time
nice
from
pass
Smith.
to the
He got it.
Three-point shooter in the corner. Very good look by the passer.
So Riverside just draining shots left and right, shooting 75% from the field. This 6-12 team up by 2 possessions on the Gauchos.
2-3 zone they're playing against, and we've got to get the ball to the top of the zone and then look opposite to the weak side.
Pierre-Louis open for 3.
That's not going to get it done. 3-point shots are not going to win games.
The Gauchos are 9th in the conference in 3-point field goal percentage. It's just not something that this team likes to do, but they're terrific at scoring those twos. KK Tong sends it back.
It's a foul on Cullum, reaching in
wow.
on AJ. But my point is on the 3-point shooting, there's a place for it, but it's not early in the possession. It's not against a zone where you don't probe the zone. You don't get the ball inside on the dribble or the pass. You got to go inside out against a zone, and the Gauchos will get to it, but they're a little anxious to shoot that 3-pointer right now.
Here's A.J. Mitchell. Mitchell, the reigning freshman of the year in the Big West Conference, has run the offense for the Gauchos all season long. The sophomore has elevated his game in many ways. Kelly with the right. Yes, it goes.
That was a good move. He went left and got to the bucket.
That ends a 7-0 scoring run for the Roadrunners in the midst of a 4-0 scoring drought for the Gauchos. They put that to a quiet.
They're driving and kicking. They're getting in fairly deep with the drive and trying to kick to open players. Very good offense, good attack.
Here, so
yep.
They've played a good game so far, shooting 6 of 9 from the field. Cullum has 4 shots, 4 points.
Right.
So you have to imagine they'll continue to go to number 4 when he's on the floor. And here is number 4 with 7 to go. The 3 from Hunter, that long. A way long shot from Hunter. The shot clock violation at that point.
Yeah, no hitting of the rim, and that's a shot clock violation, but good defense that time by the Gauchos. They're moving their feet, and they're not getting their hands involved to get fouls. Zone offense. High post is open. They missed him.
So Wishart looks inside for
There it
Mitchell.
is.
The teardrop goes.
That's open in there, the middle of that zone, right at the logo there, the Big West logo.
A.J. Mitchell can score at all 3 levels. Have to be wary of him anytime he has the ball.
Going right again, going right.
Callum was stripped and it was last touched by the runners, so it'll be UCSB basketball when we continue live from Santa Barbara on ESPN+.
The Big West is back in Las Vegas. Don't miss the 2023 Hercules Tires Big West Basketball Championships, presented by the Hawaiian Islands, March 7th through the 11th at the Dollar Loan Center in Henderson, Nevada. Catch the pulse-pounding action as 20 men's and women's teams battle to punch their ticket to the NCAA tournament. Get the best seats in the house at ucsbgauchos.com/tickets or call 805-893-UCSB.
What a finish!
UC Santa Barbara, where beauty meets brilliance. A dynamic environment that prizes academic inquiry and creativity to generate discoveries with wide-ranging impact. We are diverse in our pursuits, yet connected in our collective drive toward excellence. We are community-driven and globally focused, independent thinkers and consensus builders. This inspirational setting, this collaborative community, this is UC Santa Barbara.
This is
Welcome back here in the Thunderdome. Coach Joe Pasternak in his 6th season with UC Santa Barbara. He's been terrific, not just this season, but during his 6-year tenure. And head coach Ron Barnes on the other side of the chessboard tonight. Barnes is a big leader in this team and has led their transition from the SWAC over, or check that, the WAC, to the Big West Conference. So Cal State Bakersfield up by 2 here. Coach, your thoughts early on?
well. The zone offense is not good for the Gauchos right now. They haven't executed it well, and they've been, reluctant to get it inside. I think the coaches are probably going to get that done, get it inside more.
The bad pass to Anderson has the Gauchos reset in no man's land. A.J. Mitchell plays traffic cop to direct their offense.
Man-to-man now, man-to-man defense now. Not a zone anymore.
Kelly has to go with the right. It falls.
There, the ball, that's credit inside. That's 2 inside shots the Gauchos have had.
Gaskin back outside, and here is Smith who goes to work. He's fouled on the way up.
Gaucho foul. Number 2, Andre Kelly.
So Andre did get the foul. I thought he swung at it and obviously made contact with the player.
This Roadrunners team is terrific at shooting these free throws. 77% on the year, and Smith himself at 74%. Cameron Smith, and it falls. So this runner team, they are without some of their highest scoring players. 3 guys out, including Caleb Higgins, who leads this team in scoring at 13 points per game. It's so difficult to find that rhythm from a bunch of guys who don't run the offense as frequently as they're expected to tonight.
Number 11 is in the game, Watson.
Anderson, the pick and pop, you bet.
And I think he was in a zone. The rest of them were in a man-to-man. That's what I saw there. I don't know that he was in with them. He just came in.
Anderson has evolved his game. Not just a shooter anymore. There's Cullum from 10 out.
Yeah, he's got a nice touch on the inside game, no question. And he has the ability to get inside from the pass or the dribble.
Cullum started conference play, averaging over 15 points per game. Tonight he's got 10. Anderson again. Can he go 2 for 2? No, thank you.
No, he rushed that one a little bit. He was still leaning to his right when he let that one go. Stepped out of bounds.
Runners step out, and it'll go back to UCSB, who looks to take the lead.
Now they're in a 2-3 zone again. They had one possession of man-to-man, and now they're back into the 2-3 zone.
Quick switches. What does it take for your team to understand the difference?
Just recognize it and attack it like that. Get inside.
Norris has the tee up. And he'll corral his own miss. Now Anderson open from outside. He got it, yes sir.
That time he was squared up and he took his time. He didn't lean to the right. He gets his feet set, he's pretty accurate.
Cole Anderson, a bullseye and a half. He's such a great young shooter.
Screen on the ball. He didn't use it, and Anderson reached in and had his hands in the cookie jar.
Yeah, caught Anderson dancing a little bit. Hey, it takes two to tango. Good work from Bakersfield to force that foul on the ground. And A.J. Mitchell will check on out here, which brings Josh Pierre back into this one.
Pierre at the 3 spot now, and Wishart will be running the offense as A.J. gets a rest.
Calvin Wishart got the start a couple of games ago when Josh Pierre-Louis was unable to play. Gauchos have won 12 of 13. How about the rejection from Norris? Pierre-Louis, oh baby!
That ball slipped and it went in because he was going to go dunk it, I think, but made a good decision not to try to force it.
The runners need a breather and they'll talk things over. We'll stay with you right here, not going anywhere. 9:07 on the clock, and the Gauchos are grooving a little bit on the offensive side of the ball. 6 of their last 8 from the field. They got out in transition there. That's what you want from a team that plays really quick basketball.
It's hard to get on the transition, Max, when you have to take the ball out of bounds on a made shot. So the defense is what credits and gets it started. And that time, the player, the Gaucho player, was beat, but he had a block shot, and that's what got the break going.
UCSB working on those blocks this season. KK Tong has one. Norris and Kelly teamed up for one right there. And look at that quick outlet passing. Great ball movement as Pierre-Louis puts it down.
That didn't slip. He just did not dunk it. Very smart, because he knew the guy was right there and he didn't want to gather, which takes time. Man-to-man defense. Show your hands.
Oh, Pierre-Louis took it away, but then gave it right back.
Yeah, he shouldn't have tried to. Oop.
Cameron Smith with the lay-in. We'll see the foul call. Oh, questionable whether that'll go or not. Let's take another look. That goes, okay. So some clarity there. Yes, it is a flop, but they said that was on Calvin Wishart, and I don't think Wishart was involved in that play.
I don't understand that call, since 00 was on the floor, not 1-0. I don't know. Beats me.
Smith at the line, a 74% free throw shooter. He's 2 for 2 tonight. So that works as a 3-point play.
Yeah, the layup counted because it was away from the play, and they called Wishart for a flop. I don't understand that, but we'll get this ruling when we see him.
Wishart, a chance at redemption. It rattles out, and that ball tipped away by Andre Kelly. The foul will stay on the ground, and it'll stay with UC Santa Barbara. It goes against Antavian Cullum.
Yeah, the three-point shots are there, but I think what coaches like to see is you attack the zone off the dribble in the gaps and get it inside and then come back outside.
They had to get it in quickly. Kelly smothered in the paint. He puts it up with the right. It doesn't go. KK Tong soars for the rebound. They got the open shot for Anderson.
And that was too quick. Oh, yeah, it was way too quick. Get set, then you're going to make them. Pretty good defense by Josh Pierre that time. Kept his hands out, moved his feet. That's the key to playing defense.
Cameron Smith, the long 2. Wishart Had an open look, got it back out for Anderson. They've done their homework. Reynolds steps in front of it, and here come the runners. Wow, a missed opportunity in transition. Good transition defense right there by the Gauchos.
Yeah, they got back in front of the ball and stopped the ball that time. 2-3 zone again. The open spot is Anderson now, and now when he drags that guy with him, the open spot is right behind him.
Josh Pierre-Louis navigates through, and there's Wishart. Pierre-Louis steps into a long two. Can't get a friendly roll. Next stoppage, we'll see a media timeout and a transition. Back to the starters for UCSB. Under 7 to go in this first half of action. Ivan Reynolds.
Screen on the ball.
Cullum, the 3 ball. That's out.
Cullum's a good player.
He's shooting 4 of 8 from 3-point land.
See if the Gauchos can get the ball inside here.
Anderson finds a cutting
There
Pierre-Louis. What
There
ball
it
movement,
is.
and it led to a foul.
What do you know? A few passes and you get the ball low and you get a high percentage shot.
So when we continue, Andre Kelly heads to the stripe for 2 shots and a chance to put UCSB up by 3. We'll be right back. And we check back in with head coach Joe Pasternak and the UCSB Gauchos, the favorite to win the Big West Conference on a 12 out of 13 win streak. So they've been playing well as of late. Hey, no doubt why they're atop the Big West Conference. And this team has tremendous talent led by sophomore guard A.J. Mitchell. Mitchell was the freshman of the year last year. He has just under 16 points per game, 5th in the Big West Conference. But it's not just Mitchell, the pieces around him have been tremendous as well. Andre Kelly, one of those pieces, a transfer from Cal, who heads to the free throw line here.
He stays in there at the free throw line now. He's done a little bit of changing with it, but he's not leaning backwards and falling away from the shot now.
Kelly goes 2 for 2 from the stripe. Those 2 free throws are more than he's had all conference play.
Number 5, Myers Norris.
Cullum is a player, he took a three-point shot there. I thought he was more inside, but he's a complete player. He can put it up from outside, and put it on the floor, and he can also muscle it up inside. Screen on the ball.
Cullum has been great. He has 10 tonight, a game high for either team. Pierre-Louis tries to get his hands dirty with Gaskin at the controls. 10 to go. KK Tong took it away. No whistle on the floor. They'll keep the play alive. Norris is looking inside for Tong. He'll elect to go back out for Mitchell. Under 6 to play in the first. They work on the pick and roll. Tong has the feed inside, back outside for Norris now, who tries to shimmy, but he gets tied up by Gaskin.
Yeah, he came in and two-timed him from the, he timed that spin pretty well defensively. He gets in there, but he got his arms, and that's a foul when you make contact, whether you get the ball also or not.
And a correction there, that was Marvin McGee III who tied up with Miles Norris. And the foul goes on number 10. Mitchell has to get it in here quickly. Pierre-Louis swings back out. There's Mitchell. Mitchell down Main Street with the left. He's fouled.
Yep. He gets deep pretty good on one or two dribbles, and he can finish with left or right hand. So he'd be tough to guard, I'm assuming. Never tried it, but I'm assuming he'd be tough to guard.
I am assuming with a young man like that who has dominated the Big West over the last couple of seasons, he could go off for 30 on any given night. Not just a scoring prowess, but a passing prowess as well. He's second in the conference in assists and assists per game, not to mention second in steals as well. Coach, we've seen some great talent at UC Santa Barbara, and you, during your tenure as a head coach and a fan on the sidelines as well, have seen some great talent. How do those players in the past stack up to this young man, number 13, A.J. Mitchell?
He's a sophomore, and he's still got growth to come, and he's learning on the way, but he does have 6'5". He does have 200 pounds. He is ambidextrous, and he has a smoothness about him and a mental capacity that he doesn't get riled, he doesn't get upset, he doesn't blow off anything, he just learns. And I watch practices, he's getting better and better and better each time he plays, and so he's going to be one of the best that this school has ever had if he stays for 4 years, and I hope he will stay for 4 years.
Yeah, no doubt about it. What a true talent. That young man has so much skill and potential, and you know, the last time this team didn't see A.J. Mitchell, well, that was back in 2021 when they made a Cinderella run to the NCAA tournament, winning the Big West Conference, the first time under head coach Joe Pasternak. Not just the regular season, but the tournament as well. And they were just a layup away from knocking off number 5 Creighton in the first round of the NCAA tournament. How does this team compare to that 2021 Cinderella squad?
That team was good. McLaughlin and Ramsey in the backcourt were very clever, very good, worked well together, both good athletes, and they had decent inside players too. And you know, so you've got good guards to get your offense started, leaders, and they also have to get your defense started because they have to stop the ball and do the things that they have to do. They called that an intentional, I guess. That's unusual.
A.J. Mitchell.
I guess we talked it up for him and we jinxed him, huh?
Mitchell shooting around 82% in conference play from the free throw line.
Now on out-of-bounds end line, let's see what defense they start in. It's man-to-man because they're guarding the man out of bounds. See if they shift into a zone.
Mitchell goes through his progressions, but this time it's Ajari Sani. Norris with the right.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Nice move by Norris. Quick move. A little crab dribble and then a right-hand jump hook. Very nice move.
Norris, one of those players who can also score at all 3 levels. A terrific three-point shooter, over 40% from beyond the arc this season. And a big reason why this team is one of the better two-point shooting teams in the country. Cullum looks for Gaskin outside. There's Pierre-Louis in transition. He lays it up and in.
Really good move by Josh Pierre, because Cullum was stopped over there with the ball and couldn't dribble, and he just dove for the passing lane. Oops.
Cullum the drive from the perimeter, and he's fouled on the way in. It's a 7-0 run for UC Santa Barbara. This Bakersfield possession looks to break that streak.
That was tough call there, because he did move his feet, he did stay in front, and he didn't reach with his hands. But they say he caused the contact, which then would be a defensive foul.
That's just the third foul on the Gauchos in this half. 6 have gone against Bakersfield, so one more. And UCSB will be shooting free throws at a 1-1. Ivan Reynolds has taken over point guard duties after the other guards on this team have been out with injury. Callum couldn't go.
Come on, team. You got to call that, man.
Cole Anderson.
He got set that time.
That's a beautiful shot from Cole Anderson. These pitches from the outside.
When he gets his feet set and gets those shoulders squared up, he's going to make most of them. Screen on the ball, help by Kelly. Josh is now on Cullum.
Cole Anderson got a little too pushy with the forearm right there. And UC Santa Barbara is in the midst of a 10-0 run over Cal State Bakersfield. The Gauchos are flexing their muscle. The last 4 minutes and change of this first after this.
What is the Big West? The Big West is where the Aloha spirit meets California cool. It's a place of unlimited opportunity on the court, in the classroom, and in the community. We're built different in the Big West. We find a way to win with hustle, heart, and hard work. What is the Big West? It's the place where dreams come true. The Big West. Only the bold.
Hey Gauchos, if you're traveling through LAX, make it easy, convenient, and affordable. Take the Santa Barbara Airbus. We're close to UCSB, got a lot of trips, and it's easy to make a reservation.
We're back here in the Thunderdome as UC Santa Barbara has flexed their muscle and gone up by 11 with 3:46 to go in the first half. The Gauchos are in the midst of a 10-0 run, and Bakersfield will inbound after the break.
Good sprint here by the Gauchos a little bit, but better execution, obviously. And of course, the Bakersfield team is trying to attack the man-to-man defense, and they're screening on the ball, trying to get an open driver. Here he comes. McCullum comes out the screen, and we help, and there's a baseline drive.
Yeah, Cameron Smith took that baseline, last touched by UCSB with 8 on the shot clock.
And Josh Pierre came to help, and Kelly got back to his man, so they're rotating in behind that screen out in front here.
Cameron Smith a long two-pointer. It falls.
He's the one who hit the bucket on the baseline from the corner. He is got a good release, good three-point shooter.
And Smith has 10. Now A.J. Mitchell. That, by the way, that ends a 5-minute scoring drought for Cal State Bakersfield. That bucket from Cameron Smith.
Screen on the ball by Norris. Back to Norris.
So here's Josh Pierre-Louis.
And
Pierre-Louis up and under. Oh, goodness. That young man is athletic.
that was a good move, but Cullum was at a disadvantage there with the quickness of Josh Pierre.
Pierre-Louis is just so sweet with his volume. That's a long two. No thank you. And a foul goes, I think, against Pierre-Louis on the floor. No, that's on Andre Kelly.
It's on Andre. I'll be done.
Take another look here.
Gotcha, foul number 2, Andre.
I guess
Just
he had
got
his
tangled
left,
up, yep.
left arm on it.
Second
Yeah.
personal, 15 foul. Re-entering the game.
And KK comes in for Kelly now. He's going to be the replacement here as we go along in the season for the 5 spot. And the 4 spot replacement is still up for grabs.
Boy, has KK Tong progressed not only on the offensive end, but the defensive end and the rebounding side of the ball as well. You see him every day in practice. And now taking a look at this young man with
Look
the
at that
pass
pass.
up to Ajari Sani. Sani just couldn't finish in transition, but that was a heck of a pass for a guy at 6'9".
Now you see why he has learned to bring a rebound up the court and feels like he can be successful with it, because he can. But he's got to do it when he has the opening. That was a very nice pass. It was just a bad finish by Sani.
That time, Collum got the takeaway.
Yep.
Reynolds, not much of a
Travel.
three-point shooter. Got close right there, but might have been bailed out. No whistle. Collum finds himself smothered by a pair of Gauchos.
Oops.
Reynolds looks inside, and the shot is good. That's Kasim Watson, his second
Norris
shot of
slipped
the
on the baseline and never got back to his man. That was an unfortunate play for the Gauchos and a very nice pass by the Roadrunners.
Calvin Wishart open along the three-point line. He takes it himself into contact and draws 2 shots.
Well, he went off of both feet, and that is a very positive move for Calvin. And he does jump well. He can dunk the ball with both hands. And this time he went with the opening and made a good decision, and took down two Roadrunners with that one.
Calvin Wishart is, well, this young man is so much fun to watch, a high IQ player and an athlete. That's what coaches are recruiting these days, athletes. And get this, during his time in high school back in Minnesota, he played football as well in his final year of eligibility. He had over 1,200 receiving yards, 13 touchdowns, and he was a finalist for Mr. Football in the state of Minnesota. He had never played football prior to that. That gives you an idea of what kind of an athlete that young man is.
That's right, it does. And I think anybody that can get that many yards is a really good athlete, can go up and get the ball. There he is, getting a rebound right there.
Great contested rebound. Wishart runs the transition, leaves it for Norris with the right, can't finish, and the putback falls.
Norris got that tap back, I think, got his own miss. Screen on the ball and roll to the bucket. Screen on the ball.
Cullum loves to drive from the perimeter. That doesn't go. Here's the outlet for Wishart. The Gauchos have run a fast-paced offense in this ball game alone. That's tipped, and Bakersfield keeps it in. 10 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
Call reading the defense, read their hands, stay on the floor, and read the defense. A useless turnover, in my opinion.
Ivan Reynolds, who has taken over point guard duties. He started just 2 games last year, both in the Big West tournament. Reynolds uses some muscle, goes up strong with contact, but no foul. He tried for the takeaway. Now the Gauchos push in transition. A.J. Mitchell, he takes it to the cup and lays it with the left. That'll do it for the first half.